When I found out my wife was having an affair, my world shattered. The betrayal cut deeper than anything I'd ever felt. Every shared memory, every inside joke, every promise we ever made felt like a lie. I was drowning in a sea of anger, confusion, and a profound sense of loss. Was this person I had built my life with? Who was I now? The initial shock was overwhelming. I wanted to scream, to break things, to just disappear. The pain was a physical weight on my chest, making it hard to breathe, to think, to function. Our home, once a sanctuary of love and laughter, became a tense, silent battlefield. Every glance was filled with suspicion, every word loaded with hidden meanings. We were like two strangers coexisting in a space that used to be ours. The silence was deafening, broken only by heated arguments that solved nothing and left us both more wounded than before. I replayed every moment, searching for clues I might have missed, blaming myself, blaming her, blaming the world. Sleep was a luxury I couldn't afford as my mind raced with worst-case scenarios and painful images. Felt like the end. How could we possibly come back from this? The trust, the very foundation of our relationship, was completely destroyed. I packed a bag more times than I can count, convinced that walking away was the only answer. The thought of starting over was terrifying, but the thought of staying in this brokenness felt impossible. We were at a crossroads, and both paths seemed to lead to more heartbreak. It seemed easier to just give up, to let the life we built crumble into dust. But somewhere, buried deep beneath all the hurt, was a tiny spark of the love we once had. We started talking. Not arguing, but really talking. It was messy and painful. There were a lot of tears, a lot of uncomfortable truths. She told me about her loneliness, her feeling of being unseen. I told her about my own fears and insecurities, how I had closed myself off without even realizing it. It was the hardest conversation of our lives. We realized we had both contributed to the distance that had grown between us. This wasn't about forgiveness. Not yet. It was about understanding. We decided to try something radical. We started dating again. We went to therapy, both individually and together. It was like learning a new language, the language of vulnerability and honest communication. We learned to listen without judging, to express our needs without blaming. Started rebuilding, not on the old cracked foundation, but on a new one, brick by painful, honest brick. It was a slow, arduous process, and there were days we wanted to quit. Today our relationship is stronger than it ever was. It's not the same fairy tale love we started with, something deeper, more real. It's a love that has been tested by fire and emerged resilient. Scars are there, a reminder of the pain, but also of our strength to overcome it. We learned that a crisis doesn't have to be the end of the story. Sometimes it's the beginning of a new, more authentic chapter. If you're going through something similar, know that there can be a path forward. It's not easy, but it is possible. Thanks for listening to our story.